Welcome to Nerdcraft, Crypt Keeper here. We're going to be looking at something I've waited long for. A day I've been waiting for since this channel started. The day I get to finally crawl from under the bodies and bring out BECK, Mongolian Chop Squad, one of my favorite animes ever made. And we'll see why. This is a treasure of mine, straight from the vaults and tombs beneath the earth. Nerdcraft royalty, the top of its kind, a brand ahead of brands, magical beyond magical, and it's about guys making music. Okay, you're not convinced, but stay with me here.
What's music?
What do you mean, what's music, you lowly spirit? Come on, Abel, you should know what music is. It's singing. I'll sing for you and... Oh, last time I sang 2020 happened. I think I'll explain this a bit more metaphorically. Music is something that is very personal and subjective. It's something, Abel, that everyone has and likes. Everyone has a genre or something they find alluring. And Mongolian Chop Squad just happens to address this in its own unique way. Abel, I can't sit here and tell you what to watch or what to listen to. I mean, we're in a graveyard. Our channel selection's pretty grim. But to tell you what music is hard to define. Music's existed long before BECK and long after BECK. It is something you will have to discover on your own. Me personally, I lock my collection in the deepest, darkest pits of hell. So, good luck finding them. Finishing talking to Abel over there, let's move on. The anime BECK follows Koyuki Tanaka, or Yuki Tanaka, Koyuki being his nickname for his band. Koyuki starts off as a fish out of water, a normal kid who's just happened to discover a new kind of music that excites him and inspires him to push forward and try new things. He is somebody that we can relate to as a kid who is still trying to find himself in high school, still trying to fit in, find the right girl, trying to impress the girls, trying to be impressive in his own way. But nothing he does seems to achieve that in the beginning, and he's very relatable for that. And evidently this means spying on girls in swimsuits and looking at how they look. Okay, Koyuki, you're definitely after Suave's heart here from Anime Abandon. You are definitely not after the hearts and souls of every boy, but, well, at least you have good tastes. Koyuki's friend, as you can see snapping pictures, is a... Yeah, we'll find a correct term for him some other time. This story is about Koyuki, not him, so we're... escaped the sensory abyss again. Now, this is where Koyuki comes and finally starts to think about things, starts to notice his life and other things, and he doesn't pay attention really well. And it does lead to an interesting altercation, and oh hey, Mortal Kombat's over there. I wonder if anybody's been finished yet. We'll find later. We can see that Koyuki is just not sure where he fits into all this. You can see it in his expression and in some of the conversations they've had. Koyuki's a young kid. He's trying to find his place in this world. And that's a hard thing to do as a kid. Hard as an adult, hard as a kid. And it's not like teachers or grown-ups give you a lot of pointers or introspection on where to go. I mean, most kids used to have things handed to them they had to fill out and say, this is the job I'd like to do.
Finish him!
Not everybody gets to do that job. Not everybody gets to do the things they'd like to do. But this is, in essence, something that does happen to us all over the time periods and as we go. It's when Koyuki's at his lowest that he's finally rescued by Ryusuke and his funny-looking dog, which the show is named after. But this is an interesting point. Not everybody needs Superman to save them. Ryusuke is a normal guy who plays guitar and sings in a band with a friend. He is someone who is extremely gifted and has put his time in doing a lot of work to get good at this and doing the job and part-time gigs. It's him who shows Koyuki a new way to live his life, a new lease on life that I think we all need these days. It's not something that joking or other things are going to help with. It is something that takes so much effort and so much work to do things well. And you have to write about what you're passionate about in music or in YouTube or anything. I brought this anime out because there's one thing I want to tell you, is that if you truly want to do something, then be prepared for a lot of uphill battles and obstacles. Learn what you want to say about something and how to say it in a way that people will want to watch it. Look for trends, look for interesting takes, and keep growing and developing who you are. Koyuki fell down in his first episode, and that's true. He found something that not a lot of people find on the first day. The point is, you can't give up when there's a few setbacks. I'm not going to edit this out because it's important. You guys need to hear and see what this is. If you look it up on a streaming service, that's fine. But I encourage you, watch this, buy it, do whatever you need to do, because this is important. Joking aside and seriousness in tone now, everything you do can be subjected by a hero, someone who helped you, somebody who gave you that lift. You needed it when you were low. It could be anyone. So that's something I think we all need to very well take into account as we proceed in life. 2020's been rough. And yes, a good laugh here and there is perfectly fine. But don't give up hope yet. I had somebody this day on a different service give me some encouraging words, and I can tell you this, they helped me so much more than me just blathering on and telling you this, and this. Yuki's journey doesn't end here. The world is cruel and small to even the best of people, and it's something that you're going to have to learn to see and deal with as you go. It's not something that goes away, that you can just escape from every day with an easy line or an easy thing. But we have family, we have friends, we have so many things. And Koyuki finds this out on this journey. As he's knocked down repeatedly, goes to places that most kids wouldn't go at his age, just to try and find that thing that he needs. That thing that he needs to stay afloat and keep himself going. Now, this isn't something normal or how a review should be done, but I recommend highly that you buy this. I do have a bias in this. I've watched this anime many times, along with another one whenever I get down or depressed, because Koyuki's fighting spirit always inspires me to keep going. He cries when it's hard, and he's sad when it's not easy. But that doesn't mean he gives in. Koyuki looks at the problem and tries to find a way to deal with his problem. And that's what you have to do. And in this life, that's all we can do. I'd love to leave it at that and say, hey, if anything else, at least we have something. But you know what? We have each other. And we have friends and people who we don't even know, who stick up and give us pointers and take time out of their day to say, hey, if you do this, continue down this path. And it's at the end of this video, I'm going to point in a message, and I'm going to tag somebody in it. And I'm hoping he gets to see this because it would mean the world to me if he did. But if not, it's fine. And as the Crypt Keeper, I don't get that a lot. So, as someone who's lived a life that's hard and rough and has been along the way with you guys, I want you to know, hey, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. We're all here. Everyone's here that can talk to you. Koyuki's journey doesn't have to be just an example for us to look at and be in awe of. It's something we can strive for and improve upon. Koyuki improved his fate by taking a chance and staying on the path he picked once he started on it. Don't get discouraged just because something goes wrong. It doesn't mean that today's failure is necessarily going to prevent tomorrow's success. Today is over. Tomorrow is new. What can you do then?